Let's talk about stacks. Stacks is a type of data structure that, well, you can think of them as plates. That is, we have one piece of data, and then another piece of data comes along and gets stacked on top of that piece of data. And it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, and keeps going. You can think of it as these plates stacked on top of each other vertically. And you can only touch the top plate. You can't really access anything from the bottom over here. The way you can access data from a stack is to grab the first plate, then the second plate, then the third, and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going until you've gone through all the stack. And this is called LIFO, or last in, first out, because the last item that comes in is the first one that comes out. And you're thinking to yourself, why is this useful? When would we actually use something like a stack? They're actually useful in quite a surprising number of ways. They're very good, obviously, when you need to know the very last value that was seen or added. And stacks are very important in language-specific engines. You might have heard of something called Stack Overflow, a website that a lot of engineers visit. And I'll actually include a bonus video after we talk about queues of how the JavaScript engine works using stacks and queues, and how you might get Stack Overflow when you write bad code. Now, most programming languages are modeled with the stack architecture in mind. And when functions get called in a programming language, usually they follow this model of last in, first out. A function within a function within a function gets called, and then we start popping those functions until we get to the very beginning. And don't worry, this is going to be a little bit more clear when we actually code our own stack. Another useful way that we might use stacks is such as browser history, right? When you go back and forth from one website to another, and then you hit the back button or the front button, that's using stacks. Or maybe you're writing a piece of text and you want to undo something. So you can click the undo option to go back, or forward to redo. Ever wonder how that works? Well, the idea comes from stacks. That is, you store the previous state of your work in the memory in such an order that the last one appears first. This is something that we can do with stacks. As you can see over here, stacks usually come with three types of methods. There's a few others, but these are the main ones: pop, push, and peek. Pop is remove the last item, that is, remove the plate. Push is add a plate. And peek is simply view the topmost plate. I've added lookup in here just to show you that it's big O of n, because you usually don't want to traverse through an entire stack. But just so you know, if we wanted to do that, it's going to be a heavy operation. Let's talk about queues in the next video. Bye-bye.